Hello, everyone. Caren Glasser here, and we have a great show for you today. If you're here on replay, we love that you're here on replay. Make sure to comment below and join the conversation. And do me a favor and share this broadcast out with your network, with the friends that you have, and let everyone out there know that we're having a conversation about the little white lie. And as I do every single week, I'm going to do my reveal. I'm going to show you this gorgeous hair that I have going on right now. And it is growing and it's growing, but as when I bring on my guest today, you're going to love the conversation because she's actually my amazing hairstylist, and I'm sure she has lots to say about this. And we were commenting on the fact that it appears that my hair is going backwards and I've got some dark hair coming in. We'll talk about that as well. If you're wondering how to follow us, you can follow us at thelittlewhitelie.com, and you can follow me on Twitter as well as at Caren Glasser. So today we're going to ask the question, does my gray hair make me look old? How many times have you stood in front of the mirror and say, my gray hair, it makes me look old? Or, you know, my face makes me look old, or the clothes that I'm wearing. Well, today we're going to talk about our gray hair, and does it really make us look old? Today my guest is Randy Liu. She's my hairstylist right up here in Napa. She works at Bernie's hair salon, and it's an amazing salon. I walked in there almost the first week that I moved up here and got to know Randy, and she has held my hand all the way through the many years that I've been up here, and she's the person that actually helped me go gray, or at least uncover the beautiful gray that I'm in. And, you know, it's always nice to have somebody help you during the transition, and so I'm going to introduce and bring her into the show right now. Hold on one second as I bring her, and I'm going to drop off that. And this is Randy Liu. Say hello to everyone.
Hi.
So Randy, you are awesome. I tell everyone that it's because of you that this has been such an easy transition for me, because you really helped me and you held my hand. And I'm going to put some comments up as we're doing this. Mm-hmm. But before we jump into the question, Randy, I have a question for you. I ask all of my guests. What is your little white lie?
My little white lie would be getting used to my new normal, or owning my new normal, which I'm almost 38, and I've noticed my new normal is definitely changed, and it's hard to own it and get used to it.
So I love when you say that, and how many of you resonate with that out there, that those of you who are watching right now live or on replay, getting used to the new normal. So in your case, are you going to divulge what that really means, Randy?
Well, that would be my hair texture going gray. So my hair definitely has changed texture-wise. I color it, but it's changed texture-wise. My skin is completely different. Body parts are completely different. Lots of things. Hormones.
Yep.
Mood swings. All of it. And it's just my new normal. And it's been hard to get used to that.
So it's about embracing the new normal. Right. And go ahead and put some comments down there. What are the things that you're embracing? What is your new normal that you might be bracing out there? I'm going to put a comment up here. Betty Ann says, I think I get into one new normal and then another one pops up. Learning acceptance.
Yes.
Love that comment. So let's talk about first how we met. I walked in, I think I actually was calling around for hairdressers because, as I've been saying, I went to the hairdresser every 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. And so I moved up into Napa and I went, I got to find somebody. You literally, before a doctor, before favorite restaurants, I got to find my hairdresser. And I'm sure women out there, you understand where I'm coming from. You become very dependent on your hair. Mm-hmm. So I called up Bernie's, and you happened to answer the phone, and I came in, and it's been a 3-year love affair. I was coming in every 3 weeks to see you, and what would I say to you every 3 weeks, Randy?
Well, you would talk about possibly going gray. It took 3 years, or I don't know how long it's been, but yeah. Yeah.
And every time I'd say it, you'd say, well, you said that last time, right?
Yes. We had lots of conversations about it before you decided to do it.
So do you hear this a lot in the salon? Do you have people coming in saying?
All the time.
So what do they say to you, and how do you help them?
Most people ask, can I color my hair gray? Which really, no natural way you can't color your hair gray. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look natural, and it's really harsh on your hair. People ask, does it make me look old? Is it going to make me age me more? That's a really common, and they're just scared to do it. They're sick of being tied down to coloring their hair every 3 to 4 weeks. Mm-hmm. But people identify with their hair a lot and their dark color or blonde hair or whatever color it is, and they're scared to do it.
Yeah,
and the process, how long the process is, because it's definitely a process.
It definitely is a process. So I started this back in November of 2016. I turned 60. Everyone out here knows my story. I turned 60, and I think that was like the cutoff date for me. It was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I remember having this conversation with you. I'm going to go buy some hats, right?
Yes.
We talked about,
hats, scarves, headbands, yeah.
We talked about all the things that I could do to cover the stuff that was coming in as it was coming in. And then very rapidly, I realized that wasn't going to work. It just was so uncomfortable. But let's talk about how we decided what I was going to, and okay, we have a question here from April. Is it unsafe to color your hair every 4 weeks?
I don't think it is, but I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't want to give any advice to anybody. Of course, it's chemicals. You're putting chemicals. It's not good for your hair, but we all do it. I do it. I color my hair every 4 weeks, if not more, because I'm very gray. I'm no doctor, so I don't want to say if it's safe or not, but
But
tons of people are doing it. Yeah, it's a chemical. You're putting a chemical on your hair and your scalp, depending on how you're coloring your hair. And so, but I did it all through 4 pregnancies, and all the girls in the salon do it and haven't had any problems.
So, and it's interesting. So when we make these decisions, one of the decisions could be the reason you're going to do it is because you just want to stop putting chemicals in your body, right? That might be one of the reasons you do it. It might be another reason might just be, as it was for me, I don't want to go to the hairdresser every 3 weeks. So let's talk about the things that we discussed when I made that decision that I was going to do this. One of the things I asked you was, can I just dye my hair blonde? Can I just strip all the color out and make it blonde? And so when the growth came in, it would come in maybe less obvious because my hair was so dark. And I remember you saying to me that, yeah, we could, but there's some challenges with that.
Right. Well, one, your hair was quite dark, about a level 4 or 5, which is pretty dark brown. One, bleaching your hair out to blonde is very damaging on your hair. So most blondes that people see do not have healthy hair. I mean, it's just part of it, and they're fine with that. And,
right.
But stripping the color out of your hair is really unhealthy. And if you want to keep it long, it's just unhealthy. And that's another process. So either way you do it, you're going to have a long process. So you have to decide which way you want to go. It does make the grow out easier because it's closer to the gray hair, but you still have the grow out line.
So my second option, because I chose not to do that, I decided that I had been coloring my hair every 3 weeks, and to really jump in and just color all of it and strip everything out, I just didn't want to damage my hair. But we did something different though, because my hair was so dark, almost black. We did something different. You actually did a process over my hair that slightly lightened my dark hair. What was that called?
So we just basically did a heavy highlight, or some people call it a weave, just to lighten your hair to make it softer, the line as you grow out.
And that helped, because as my hair started to grow out, even though you could still see what would be roots, and even though I would still be walking out, know that people were going to, I would feel, and this is, this is a mindset, that people were obviously must be looking at my head and they could see that inch of silver that was growing in. Guess what, guys? People don't really pay attention that much. They're not really looking at you. Would you agree? I mean, this is really inside of us. We are so focused on what we look like.
Oh, definitely. And we had originally planned to even go lighter. Remember, we were going to do it in different processes. I said, let's not do it all at once because it's really harsh on your hair. So let's do it a little bit lighter and then come back in 3 to 4 weeks and we'll do a little bit lighter. But you chose not to, which is probably the better option.
Yeah, and I think at the time, and certainly now, it was the better option. The next thing, though, that you told me was that I had to take care of my hair now in a different way, because as the gray started to grow in, and especially since you put a weave in it, I had to protect it in a different way. And that meant shampooing and a particular kind of oil that I put in my hair in a spray. And there are all different kinds of products, very high end and also not so high end. So let's talk a little bit about the kind of products that I have used, and also some of the products that you might suggest that are maybe not quite as expensive as some of the other products. I use a product that you recommend called Unite, right?
Yes. Well, I had said you need to use moisturizing shampoo, a lot of moisture on your hair, just because we had highlighted it and it's damaged now, which you weren't used to doing. You weren't used to highlight and damaging hair. And to use the argan oil, which is a Unite product that we carry at the salon. And that also is going to help your hair texture and health, which is great when you have your gray hair too. As your gray hair grows in, it's going to be much more healthy. So your products are going to have to change again.
Exactly. And then you introduced me to something that to this day, I actually love it, but I thought it was the most bizarre thing. It's purple shampoo.
Yes.
What is with purple shampoo, and why do you suggest that people use it, and what does it do?
Well, the purple shampoo, or violet or silver or blue, there's different names for it, to help tone out yellow that a lot of gray hair can take on. Mm-hmm. And for your case also, it helps keep your highlights in that brown hair toned as well, because they can get brassy since we chose not to go lighter. So, but when you go gray, a lot of people will choose to use a purple, violet, silver, whatever product you're using. Mm-hmm. They're called different things, just to keep the yellow tinge that happens just naturally with the environment and stuff to gray or silver hair.
So don't scare your significant other as you're standing in the shower washing your hair with a head that looks like one big purple thing on the top of their head, because, and I do it once every couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. I am one of those people that only washes their hair maybe once or twice a week. Now, some of you may go, how can you do that? I've been doing this for many, many years, and my hair has gotten used to it, and I think that's probably why it stays as healthy as it is. I don't know how you feel about that.
Definitely washing your hair less is good. I mean, you want to keep it clean for your scalp reasons, but washing your hair less is better, especially since you have all that damage on the ends from highlighting it.
Right. So, now when I go and I wash my hair, and again, I have it down to about 1.5 times a week. I will wash my hair. I'll condition it. Sometimes I'll use the purple shampoo. And then when I come out, I spray a detangler on it because, again, I want to take really good care of my hair. And then I use the argan oil, which is very, very light. It's so light, you can actually put it on your skin. This stuff is really amazing. Yeah. It's great stuff.
And you can use it wet or dry also. I always recommend to my clients like that, use it before you blow dry or let it dry naturally, and then use it the next day. Even if you don't wash your hair, use it on the ends.
I put it in my hair almost every day. It does not make your hair oily. And what it does is it takes that frizz and that coarseness away, and it makes it shiny and really, it makes it
can be an instant fix, but also when you use it over time, it really makes your hair healthier.
Right. It's awesome. If we have any questions, for Randy, go ahead and put them up. Anything about hair care, even if it's not about gray, if something that you want to ask Randy, we've got a captive audience here, and I'm sure she'll be happy to answer the questions. So if somebody comes to you and says, okay, Randy, I'm ready to start, I'm going to do this, you're going to give them some of these options, and how do you guide them to making what you really believe is the right option for them? Because sometimes people are kind of dead set, I'm going to do it this way. How do you guide them?
Well, I like to have a lot of consultation about it and really get to why they want to do it and what's important to them. Some people really don't want to have that route that you have going on. They really are really anti it. So really, your only option is going really, really light, which is going to damage your hair, or get a short haircut. So they're just ways to do it. But either way, any way you choose is a process. It's not going to happen overnight. And I think in your case, what we decided to do, which was interesting because you decided to stop lightening it and just let it go. You really just owned it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't bother you. And so I think that is a key. You need to really be ready to do it and really feel like this is what I really want to do.
And I'm so glad you're bringing that up. Guys, if you go over to the website, there are the 5 steps to deciding to go gray and how you're going to do it. There's an infographic there. Go get it. Go sign up. And exactly what Randy is saying, the mindset, decide why you're going to do it, how you're going to do it, and then maybe get an accountability buddy, somebody that you can, be there to cheer you on, or maybe join a Facebook group like Gray and Proud or any of the amazing groups that are out there to get support from other people. Because I can tell you, whether it's me or somebody else that is growing their hair white, everyone has their own experience. I have chosen to own it. I almost dare somebody to say to me, what's wrong with your hair? It's very clear that I am very confident in my hair. But there are a lot of women out there, I am sure, that are growing their hair out and they're feeling invisible. They're feeling like, they don't like the way they look. Right. So I think it's a confidence thing.
It is. And also, sometimes the people around you aren't going to be very nice about it. Maybe a sister or a husband or, I've had clients say, well, I think about doing it, but then I see my friend and she looks so much older, or, it just really depends. And Also, going back to how you should do it, I think if you have a hairdresser you use regularly, it would be definitely somebody you would want to talk to because they know your hair better and they know you, what's important to you. And so it's really important to have a good conversation with your hairdresser about it.
Yeah, it's a great comment. Brenda says, what do you use to keep hair from feeling dirty if not wash often? Also, what about when to use a lot of product? So I can only say it takes time for your hair to get used to not being washed.
Yeah, definitely.
And so there is going to be a breaking in period, but once you get past that breaking in period, you're going to feel the difference in your hair.
Yes.
Your hair will feel amazingly healthy because it's no longer being stripped of all the oils because you're washing your hair every single day. It only took me a couple of weeks, and within the couple of weeks, that was it. I mean, now I actually have stretched it out an entire week, and nobody would know. I mean, I come into your store, and Randy, I don't think you've ever known whether I've washed the hair yesterday or before.
But but that might change too as your hair is completely grown out. Those things change. Your new normal will be different.
Yes, change is, the only thing that doesn't change is, the other thing it does change is change, I guess.
Yeah, right.
I'm looking to see if there's any other questions. How do you recommend trimming? My hair seemed to stall in growth and fullness when I was diagnosed with an underactive thyroid, and it is regulated now.
How often do you recommend trim? Well, it always depends on how fast your hair grows. Everybody's hair grows differently. Also, what type of haircut you have. People with shorter hair typically need to get it cut more often to keep it in shape and looking nice. And also what you do to your hair. Are you using hot tools on it every day? Are you blow drying it all the time? Things like that. Then typically anywhere between 6 to 8 weeks or 4 to 8 weeks, I should say, depending, is a good time to get your hair trimmed, depending on your situation.
Now, I know that I came in several weeks ago because, not that I needed anything, but we felt it was time just to cut a couple inches off, just to take some of the dead ends off. And as you can see, Randy, it's already grown out.
Yes. Your hair grows fast.
Because I've decided I'm going to be one of those older women with long flowing, white gray hair until I change my mind and cut the whole thing off.
Which I think is beautiful. And that's another interesting fact is a lot of people think you shouldn't have hair long when it's gray. I've seen so many women with beautiful long gray hair.
You are hitting upon something that we've talked about week after week. What does the media tell us? You get to a certain age, you can't have long hair. You can't wear makeup. You can't wear high heels. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, I say phooey to the media. Whatever looks the best on you, Randy, right? I mean, you go to your hairdresser. You should have a good relationship with your hairdresser. And I mean that sincerely. Your hairdresser knows your hair even better than you do. He or she is the one that works on your hair on a regular basis and knows what is good and what is not good. I'm just looking here. Any other questions? I'm going to put some comments up. We got a couple people just going to make some. We got this one. Oh, Felicia says, I love the ombre look that you have going on, Caren Taubman-Glasser. Well, this is funny, and you've heard me mention before that a lot of young people in their 20s are actually, what are they doing, Randy? They're going out there and I think, Randy, you froze. I'm going to have you refresh your screen.
Okay.
And come back in. A lot of people have said to me, I love your hair. And then they say in the next breath, how do you do that? Because it almost looks like I have done an ombre thing, right? Coming in, and there goes, I'm bringing her in. And there you go. Okay, hi there. Randy's back. So again, there are young people that are doing this now.
Yes.
Doing this on purpose, right? Instead of doing with the roots, they're actually dyeing their hair this way. I find this fun. It's engaging. It's really great to do. So I am going to encourage you, if you ever come up to Napa, of course you want to come see me. Okay, that's number one. Come see me. Let me know you're coming up to Napa. But when you come up to Napa and you want to look beautiful, I want you to go check out Bernie's Salon and find Randy there, because Randy is the person who will make you absolutely more stunning than you already are. And then you want to have a good meal. I'm just going to do a shameless push for a restaurant that she and her husband own in Napa called 8. It's a noodle shop, and oh my God, the food is scrumptious. So you have two things to do up here when you come up to visit me. Visit me, go get your hair done, and then go eat pasta and noodles, right? That's it's not pasta.
Ramen,
noodles.
yeah.
Ramen noodles.
Bowls, Asian
ramen noodles. I am so appreciative that you came on the show today. Oh, I'm good. Here, we got a few more because I can't. So Nancy just said, that's where I just came from. My hairstyle knows what's best for my hair. Yes. Absolutely. And that is absolutely the right comment. So guys, when you go on out there and share this and make comments, make sure you use the hashtag Little White Lie, because that's how I find you out there. We know that you have many places to spend your time every single day, and we are very appreciative you decided to spend it with us. Randy, thank you so much for being on the show today, and we'll see everybody next time on the next episode of The Little White Lie. Goodbye, everyone.